Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome all nodal officers and their teams to the first meeting with central ministries and departments on Swachhata Hi Sewa 2024. Before we begin this meeting, which is being jointly hosted by the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, may I request some of the central ministries to respond if the nodal officers have already joined. Unmute kar lijiye. Some of the nodal officers could please confirm if they have already joined.
Namaskar. मैं DK
Namaskar,
Ojha.
sir.
मैं DK Ojha, DDG from Ministry of Petroleum.
Thank you, sir. Any other ministry?
Oh, namaskar.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I'm Sunil Kumar Nagwanshi from Mekon Limited. Ranchi.
Namaskar.
Rakesh Singh Nayar
Basant
from
Kumar.
Ministry of Agriculture.
Mix हो रहा है.
Okay. All right.
Subodh Kumar, Director, Ministry of Ayush.
Okay.
Oh, namaskar. Basant Kumar Tiga from NIPCO, Nodal Officer.
Ministry of Power.
Ministry of
Thank
Power.
you, Mr. Thank you. Next, please.
Rajesh Kumar, Deputy Secretary, Nodal Officer, Ministry of Tourism.
All right. Thank you, Rajeshji. Next.
I'm Abhishek. Yeah, I'm Abhishek Dayal. I am representing Ministry of I&B. I am ADG.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Morning, I'm
Next.
Lakshmi, Joint Secretary, Department of Science and Technology.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Next, please.
Rajiv Ranjan Kumar, I'm representing Ministry of Textile, ma'am.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Rajendra Kumar, Joint Secretary, Department of.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. I am
Next.
Swachhata, Joint Secretary, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any other ministries?
Good afternoon. I'm Sonam Yangdol, additional.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Kaful from the Ministry of External Affairs, and I am the Nodal Officer.
Thank you. Yes, Sonal ma'am, please.
I'm Additional Director General from MOD, DGP.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Nidhi Ojha, Director Establishment, Department of Military Affairs.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Ma'am, this is from the Ministry of Mines Office.
All right. Okay. 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 So it looks like most of the central ministries have joined. I would request for the ease of recording as well as identification, you may please keep your cameras switched on. We will just begin the meeting. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. मैं अमित मीना हूँ. I'm from Ministry of Skill Development. I'm Deputy Secretary and Nodal Officer.
Vinay ji. Yes, please. Which ministry was it?
Skill.
Skill.
Skill Development, ma'am.
Skill development. Huh. Thank you.
Sir, ma'am, I'm Vijay Santa, Deputy Secretary from Ministry of Coal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ministry of Coal.
School education. Audible?
Good afternoon, sir. And then
Hello.
Yes, we are just starting the VC. We are waiting for DDWS to get connected. There is some technical glitch that side. Just a couple of seconds, DDWS will come online and we will start.
Are we audible, Rupa?
Yes, very much.
Okay. Okay. Can you see us?
No, we can't.
Okay. So I think till we are seen, I think we'll operate on audio mode. So we have OSD sir is here. So Rupa, I'll request you to do the honors and start the meeting.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. And once again, a very warm welcome to the first meeting of Swachhata Hi Sewa 2024, which is being jointly organized by the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is the first video conference which we are having with the nodal officers. Some of you have already been there with us in various capacities in the previous years, and some of you have joined us recently. In this meeting today, we have with us OSD, DDWS and Secretary Designate Shri Ashok Kumar Minasa, who has joined from the node of DDWS, accompanied by Joint Secretary and National Mission Director, Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, Shri Jitendra Srivastav. I am Rupa Mishra, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, in charge of Swachh Bharat Mission Urban. I'm joined here by my team here in this ministry. Sir, if you would please kind of allow us to go ahead with the proceedings. Ashok Meena, sir?
Yes, Rupal, let's go through the presentation.
Yes.
And I welcome all the representatives of various departments and the agencies for this special meeting. Most of you would be aware that Swachhata Hi Sewa campaign is being organized this year, and from the highest level, Honorable Prime Minister has instructed that it needs to be observed and celebrated in whole of society approach, where we have to bring in as many people as possible to celebrate the entire thing. I would request Rupa to take us through the contours and structure of the campaign. Rupa,
Thank you, sir, for your opening remarks. We will look forward to your guidance as we move ahead in the discussion. Sir, as we are all aware, this entire journey of Swachh Bharat mission started with an inspiration to offer an open defecation-free India to the Mahatma on the 150th anniversary of the Mahatma on 2nd October 2019. The journey started from the historic time of the announcement of the Honorable Prime Minister on 15th of August 2014. So this picture captures the spirit of Janandolan. Unless each one of us takes the broom and the bucket in our own hands, we cannot make our towns, our villages, our cities clean. Taking this as the spirit from 2017, when the Honorable Prime Minister announced that let us reach every home, every village, every city in 15 to 20 days time before the Swachh Bharat Divas, which is 2nd October. And from there on started this historic campaign from 2017, every year adopting a particular theme. Be it Swachhata overall in 2018, plastic waste management in 19, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as the theme in 2021, visual cleanliness 2022, and a massive drive for garbage-free nation in 2023. As OSD sir was just mentioning, the Honorable Prime Minister himself has led from the front in all these campaigns. Be it 2017 or 2023, we saw him engage not only in action but in deep advocacy. And all the advocacy was through direct action on ground. And that brings us to why SHS has been extremely productive, extremely powerful in terms of its reach and impact. SHS 2023 saw over 32 crore people participate across the nation with a daily average of around 2.3. More than 50% of this participation engaged in direct Shramdan, which is incredible. And also we had lakhs of activities starting from cleanliness of buildings, water bodies, legacy sites to tourist locations, beaches, etc. We saw the leadership in action. All central ministries came forward to join hands in the true spirit, and we saw the honorable ministers donning the broom and the buckets and there on the ground during SHS 2023 like in previous years. We saw all the ministries take in great earnestness, cleaning drives starting from airports, toll plazas, slums, in defense. We saw the Jawans come forward, work hand in hand with the civilians, which itself was a unique experience, cleanliness of health institutions, wildlife sanctuaries, etc. The ministries did not stop with that. They went forward to clear tourist destinations, riverfronts, colleges, cultural institutions, schools, and various other public places. All ministries did fantastic work during SHS 2023. When we came to the 1st of October, as a direct prelude to Swachh Bharat Divas, what everybody did together was historic in many ways. It was 1 hour, 1 day for one cause. We had many firsts, and we had 8.75 crore people on an average, at an approximate, who cleaned over 9 lakh plus garbage vulnerable points. All ministries joined together in a very, very smooth coordinated effort, and we had a great time working with each other. This year, once again, even after 10 years of the first speech of the Honorable Prime Minister, he mentions once again about Swachhata as Swabhav. He elaborates how Swachhata as Swabhav is the reflection of society. Drawing inspiration from this Independence Day speech, we have come up with the theme of this year's Swachhata Hi Sewa. The theme of this year's Swachhata Hi Sewa is Swabhav Swachhata and Sanskar Swachhata. This theme itself reflects what our action during the fortnight will be. It will be on advocacy, people's behavior change and participation, ownership and responsibility of various stakeholders of the society for aspects of sanitation and waste management, as India is a land whose culture itself reflects Swachhata. Hence, Swabhav Swachhata, Sanskar Swachhata will be the spirit that we will take forward in SHS 2024. SHS 2024 will have 3 main pillars to take forward this entire tagline and theme. The first pillar will be that of Bhagidari, Swachhata ki Bhagidari, where we expect the central ministries to come up with various innovative ideas that will make the public step forward and participate with enthusiasm. Make them aware of the various messages that surround the world of Swachhata and advocate for the same. The second pillar, Sampurn Swachhata, which we have been doing, but in a slightly different manner we will approach it this time. We will do Sampoon Swachhata, and we will also be focusing on very difficult spots which have been matter of concern for all of us, about which I will speak very soon. And the third pillar, where we take care and pay tribute to the Mahanayaks of Swachhata, who are Safai Mitra, by conducting Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers. These are the three broad pillars in which all of us, central ministries, state governments, rural local bodies, district administration, urban local bodies, PSUs, autonomous organizations, attached and subordinate office, and all arms of the government will work together in coordination with the private sector, industry, corporate, NGOs, CSOs, and all other public institutions. So the first pillar, Swachhata ki Bhagidari. The way we have done and the way we will continue, we can have pledges, workshops, marathons, cyclothons, human chains, special Gram Sabhas, Youth Connect, Waste to Art, refurbish all our public toilets, our assets which are there for Swachhata. We do plantation drive in the name of Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, the way we have been doing this season, and we will continue to do that. We can do various competitions, especially for school children and the youngsters of the nation. SBM special sports leagues, fun matches, door-to-door awareness, reduce, reuse, recycle initiatives. This is just an indicative list of what we can do. Every ministry has the potential to come up at least with one more special item which they can curate beautifully and weave into this Bhagidari component of SHS. For this, the ministries will need to identify and do a proper planning of activities so that we reach the desirable impact. The behavior change and public participation has to be the core spirit of all our activities. Wherever we are acting, even as central ministries, let us work in partnership. There would be NGOs who are associated with us, civil society organizations, there would be private sector, there would be startups, there would be so many other organizations with whom each of the ministry works. Let's rope all our partners into the Bhagidari pillar. And let us be as innovative as we can. In fact, innovation is the challenge here, and we will be also looking forward to the best practices by various central ministries. Under Bhagidari, we have shared with states, urban local bodies and rural local bodies. Both secretaries of the ministries have had a meeting with state governments, districts and urban local bodies yesterday. We've also given some kind of an indication of what can be innovated at the level of the states this time. One is around Swachh Food Streets initiative. Some of the ministries could also see if they can in any way join and partner with this kind of an initiative. Maybe the CPSUs under your wing could partner with some of the street food initiatives that are being planned by the district administration. Waste to art installations. Sky is the limit for waste to art installations. Be it our railway platforms, be it our airports, be it our tourist locations or our zoos and sanctuaries. Everywhere we can have beautiful eco-friendly material that can go into waste to art installations that also convey the message of Swachhata and lifestyle for environment. Most importantly, we are also looking at creating a festive spirit once monsoon is over. The season of festivals is going to begin shortly from Ganesh Chaturthi. So we integrate all of the local flavor which is there around us, and we bring in a festive vibe wherever we are there, maybe in our cantonment area, whichever area, our schools, our educational institutions, we can have different kind of cultural festivals at a fixed location, fixed time, and we have different stakeholders participate and join, but most importantly, let us try to promote local, regional, and the traditional art, culture, music, and dance forms through these cultural festivals that we would do. And here it is a special request that in each of these cultural festivals that we can plan, all of us have sanitation workers, workers who work for Swachhata round the year. Let us give them a slot. Who knows, there may be a great singer amongst them, there may be a great artist amongst them. Let's give them a stage to also showcase their talent. The next pillar of SHS 2024 is Sampoorn Swachhata and Swachhata Lakshit Ekai. This is where the action on ground in terms of cleanliness is. We have over these years done mass cleanliness drives during SHS. We will continue to do that this year. Be it our public offices, institutions, educational institutions, our own assets, be it railway platforms, major roads, railway tracks being a place of being an area of significance, water bodies, tourist spots, all community and public toilets which are there under whichever ministry's domain or our partners, we could do a massive cleanliness, coloring, refurbishment, rebranding drive during this fortnight. But what is more important this year? This year, the important and the unique thing that will come in is Swachhata Lakshit Ekai, cleanliness target units. In the work that all of us do, there is always some area where cleanliness could be a challenge. Either people have a tendency to dump garbage there, or during our normal cleanliness, it has a tendency to remain slightly ignored, or maybe it is an area which has historically remained like that and it is far too difficult for us to combat, or maybe we are doing some massive road construction etc activity where at a particular place a lot of debris have accumulated. So each of us in our own wing and also in the public places, we can see that there is a gray or a dark gray or a black spot, meaning a challenging spot which needs special attention. This time in our Sampoorn Swachhata drive, let us identify these kind of difficult spots. These difficult spots could be anything in number, but together let us try to identify these black spots, which we are referring as black, but let us identify them as in a targeted manner. Hence the name cleanliness target units. Once we identify these spots, let us map them on the SHS 2024 portal. The training for the portal will begin from the coming week for central ministries. We will start the training from the 6th of September. So once the CTUs are mapped, it will be visible publicly as to which are those places that we have mapped. Now, for example, a defense establishment is also encouraged to adopt a particular public site which may not be within the defense cantonment area or the defense establishment area. They may adopt a very difficult trekking track, they may adopt a very difficult nala, they may adopt a very difficult dumping ground. So also for all other ministries. Let us see how we can adopt difficult sites and put our act together. After that, we prepare the site in terms of logistics and planning, manpower, machinery, etc. We execute it. We not only clear this by first, but most importantly, we transform these sites. By transformation, we could do beautification, coloring, plantation, installation of waste to art, but we completely see that we transform that site in such a manner that people do not once again pile their garbage on those areas. After that, on the Swachh Bharat Divas, which is 2nd of October, we celebrate X number of cleaned, transformed sites across the nation. This will be our collective action, which we will place as a result before the nation on the 2nd of October. The third pillar, which is Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivir, it is supposed to be a single window camp for all sanitation workers under the respective jurisdiction of the ministries. Now, here it is not possible that every ministry will do separate camps. Therefore, it is important that we aggregate our efforts and do these camps either at the district level, or if it is a very large urban local body, it can be done at the urban local body or at the level of the block, as the case may be, as planned by the district administration. So this is where a convergence would be extremely important between central ministries, district administration and urban local body. So district administration has already been sensitized about it. So let us say in 10 schools in a particular district, there are X number of workers. We must see, the district education officer must also see that these Safai Mitras are covered under that Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivir, which is being organized at a particular block headquarter or a urban local body headquarter, as the case may be. So kindly take note of that. And these camps are primarily for two purposes. Number one, we plan to do full-fledged health checkup of all sanitation workers during this fortnight, everywhere. Number one. Number two, we also see that wherever they have an entitlement and they are left out from certain welfare schemes, during this time the applications are filled up, the concerned authorities do the field assessment and the due diligence. As a result, on 2nd of October, they can give the entitlement to all these sanitation workers as per eligibility criteria. So these are the three main pillars of SHS. Now, how this builds up into Swachh Bharat Divas and the other protocol, I would request my senior colleague Jitendra sir to please present. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupa. I will just request you to move the PPT as we go along. Dear friends, all of you have been given an orientation as to the broad core works that we are expecting from the CPSUs and from the central ministries, and also the autonomous organizations under the various ministries. 14th, we start the entire program. 14th September, we will have a curtain raiser, and the actual function, the national launch, we are tentatively slotting for around 17th September. And 14th September till 1st October will be the 3-week program for Swachhata Hi Sewa. Now, after this 3 weeks, every year we have been celebrating Swachh Bharat Divas on 2nd October. And this is our Shraddhanjali to the father of the nation. And this year it will be his 155th birth anniversary. So keeping that in mind, we will request all central ministries. We understand that it is a public holiday, but in spite of that, we will request the central PSUs, the central ministries, their CPSUs, their autonomous organizations to please take part and organize Swachh Bharat Divas activities across the nation. The main components that we would like you to focus on is, number one, please have celebrations in your transformed CTU sites. Like JS Urban indicated earlier, the districts will be preparing a list of CTUs or the Swachhata Lakshit Ikai, and it will be available on the portal for viewing for everybody. So it is requested that the ministries and their attached offices, their autonomous organizations will pitch in and take charge of selected CTUs in coordination with the district administration. So for example, if you have a PSU or a project office in say Hyderabad or in say Visakhapatnam, so please get in touch with the DC office. Please see which are your, it's there on the portal, you will be able to see in Vizag which are the CTUs which you are planning to do, and earmark your participation for those CTUs. And on 2nd October, we will request you, after you have cleared it on 1st October, after you have certified that the Swachhata Lakshit Ikai has been cleaned, we will expect you to celebrate it on 2nd October. Also, in this entire process, you will develop a lot of workers. Safai Mitras will be constantly involved. There will be other state champions. You will have champions within your organizations who will have done phenomenal work during this period. We will expect you to felicitate them. We will also expect you to award the best performers. Now, the indicative list for best performers is given on the right. You can see it is for Swachhata Ki Bhagidari, for advocacy, for CTU transformation, for organizing and aiding the Swachhata Mitra, Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers, for their contributions in organizing Swachh food streets, in organizing SBM cultural festivals, in organizing SBM waste to art installations. So these are certain indicative areas where we would like you to award performers. You are free to go beyond this ambit. If you would like to honor some other category, please feel free. Please feel free to form your own juries, decide your own criteria, but we will insist that you should award the best performers. You can also think of inaugurating and laying the foundations ceremony stones of various Swachhata activities, Swachhata projects, tree plantation drives. All these can be organized on 2nd October. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, like we all know, the Swachhata Hi Sewa is being done from 14th September to 1st October, and with its culmination on 2nd October for the Swachh Bharat Divas. Simultaneously, all the central ministries are aware that there is a special mission, special campaign 4.0, which is coordinated and organized by the Department of DRPG. So, in DRPG, the focus is on in-house cleaning and removal of pendencing issues. This has to be contrasted with Swachhata Hi Sewa, in which you are expected to focus on cleanliness activities outside your office. We will request you to move outside your office and step into your ecosystem. You might have a project office, you might like to adopt villages around it. You might like to adopt a nearby area. You might like to take up cleaning drives in, say, a nearby bus stand. So the difference, we would like to differentiate the special campaign 4.0. One, the timeline is different. This timeline is going to be from 2nd October to 31st October. So the next 2 months, broadly 1.5 months, are going to be very, very action-packed when it comes to Swachhata. So we will request you to keep this differentiation in mind and to give this differentiation clearly down the hierarchy, because many times we see that there is a confusion of roles and activities meant for special campaign 4.0 are conducted during Swachhata Hi Sewa. So that is why we've kept this special slide here. We would like you to understand the difference and please pass this message down the hierarchy, that the Swachhata Hi Sewa is a different campaign and the special campaign 4.0 is a different campaign, and both of them need to be treated at par with equal vigor but with different focus. Next slide, please. So for monitoring and review, we are all aware such a huge task will be possible only if there is constant planning, monitoring and review. So at the national level, we have a national steering committee, which will be chaired jointly by the Secretary of Mahua and Secretary of DDWS. And we will be interacting regularly with you, with the states and with the urban local bodies. At the ministry level, we have requested that a nodal officer needs to be appointed who needs to be of JS and above rank, because this is the task in which you will have to coordinate with other departments, you will need to coordinate with states, you will need to coordinate with urban local bodies. So sufficiently senior, sufficiently engaged officer will need to be kept as a nodal officer, and we will request you that wherever the nodal officers are themselves present, they should take note of this, and wherever the nodal officers are not there, we will request that the participants today kindly brief the nodal officers and the departmental secretaries about the seriousness of this campaign. All of you, I would like to inform all of you that the Honorable Cabinet Secretary will be reviewing this and the preparations for Swachhata Hi Sewa sometime around 7th of September. So before that, we will expect that the Joint Secretary and his team, he will need a good team at the ministry level to assist him in this. And it is suggested that all subordinate officers, PSUs, a meeting is taken at the level of the Joint Secretary, clear work allocation is done, what are the activities to be taken up, what kind of resources will be required, how you will arrange funding for those resources, how you will coordinate with the district administration. These aspects are dealt with in excruciating detail. The devil lies in the details, and we will request the nodal officers to go into details, because unless you go into these details, it will be difficult for the ministries to take part with full vigor in this campaign. Next slide, please. So we will be having a special IT portal for SHS 2024. Last year, those of you who are involved in Swachhata Hi Sewa 2023, you were aware that there were two portals. One was a portal by DDWS, where you used to report about various activities, and one was a portal which was curated specially for 1st October. But this year we have decided that there will be only a single portal, and all departments will be requested to report their activities on these 4 parameters: on advocacy, on cleanliness, on transformation of CTUs, and in the organization of Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers. Please ensure that you get your passwords in time. We propose to have training sessions for you from 5th of September. So we'll be sending out the passwords and all the other details in advance. So please take part in the training seriously, and please make sure that your line departments and the subordinate field formations are also well trained on the IT portal, because this is going to be a very crucial part. Our entire documentation will be on the basis of this. So you will need to have a good IT setup following your entire work. Next slide, please. Like I said, this year it's the 10th year of the Swachh Bharat mission, and the Honorable Prime Minister, in his various instructions to the secretaries, have said that there is a very crucial aspect. We have to perform, we have to reform, we have to transform, but we also have to inform. So this is a very, very vital component of the Swachhata Hi Sewa, which we will be expecting all the departments to do. So we will request all departments to have a very active IEC setup. You will need to get information from field formations. You will need to document your best stories. You will need to get information on a daily basis. You will need to tag relevant handles. So you will need to have a very strong media team to project the achievements of the Swachhata Hi Sewa campaign as it relates to your department. And we will hope that you will be briefing PIB on a daily basis. So this is a requirement, and we will request you to inform PIB on a daily basis and mark a copy to Mahua as well as DDWS, so that we can present the combined picture to the higher authorities. So this is a very, very crucial aspect. We will be sharing all the important creatives, all the important videos. Whatever common material can be shared, we will share it in the next 3 or 4 days. So please do look at it, see what of these you can incorporate and utilize. And if you need to develop anything specific for your department, please feel free to do that. Next slide, please. So like I said, this will be very, very crucial, and your ability to strike partnerships with the following actors will be very, very crucial. So it is not just a question of performing by government, like OSD sir mentioned it very clearly. This is going to be of celebration of Swachhata Hi Sewa in whole of society approach. So far, we have been talking of whole of government approach. In this Swachhata Hi Sewa, we will be going one step beyond. We will be talking of whole of society. So each department is requested to please coordinate with their development partners, with the relevant industry associations. If you are working with faith organizations, please use them. Otherwise, your NGOs, any other partner, civil society organization, your evaluation will be on the basis of how well you are able to forge partnerships and involve them in Swachhata activities. A certain list of indicative activities is given here. Feel free to use these or go beyond it also. We'll be sharing this presentation also. It will be sent to all of you. So please pay attention to this part. Now, these are the important timelines that we have kept. The first meeting with the states happened yesterday on time on 29th August. We are meeting with the central level ministries today on 30th. We propose to have a cabinet secretary meeting with chief secretaries and central secretaries sometime in the first week of September, depending on the date given by the Honorable Cabinet Secretary. And we will be having a curtain raiser on 14th September. The launch of activities, like I said, the national launch will be on 17th September, and on-ground action will start from 17th September to 1st October, with the culmination on Swachh Bharat Divas on 2nd October. So, yeah, next slide, please. So, these are a few suggestions which we would like you to take to you. First is, please focus on documentation on impact stories. Now, all departments are working in Swachhata, and all of you have varying levels of achievement and impact on the ground. So please take some time out and document them in advance. We would like to get this data from you as soon as possible so that we can showcase it during the national launch on 17th September. So a few suggestions we have given. Please showcase at least 100 individual impact stories where the general public has felt the difference in their lives. Second, overall compilation of key activities done by the ministries for Swachhata in which you have innovated or you have tremendous impacts. And the provision for submission will be kept on the SHS portal itself. Please send it as soon as possible. Whatever you can send before 17th September, we will keep for the national launch. What comes beyond that, we will take it for the Swachh Bharat Divas on 2nd October. Next. So the key asks, we have requested that the nodal officers are appointed as soon as possible. We have got confirmation from 60 ministries. So the few ministries which are still left out, we will request them to please appoint it immediately so that in the next meeting that we have with the nodal officers, things are clearer. The second point I would like to mention is the next meeting which we will be having with the nodal officers, both the secretaries of MAUA and DDWS will also be there. So kind request that the nodal officer himself should be present and he should not delegate this task to some other officer. We will request the nodal officer and his team to be present in the next meeting. The node identification for the portal has to be done by 2nd September. The action plan has to be finalized by the department by 4th September. So you have the remaining 4 days to do some brainstorming activities, use our inputs, go beyond our inputs, and finalize your SHS 2024 plan by 4th September. The training for the IT portal, we are tentatively slotting from 5th to 7th September. And the mapping of CTUs will be done by the districts by 10th. After that, you can also see the CTUs and then plan accordingly. And the campaign curtain raiser will be on 14th September. Next. So that is all. I would just like to take this opportunity to sum up and just point out some important points. Number one, we would request that the PPT can be taken off. Yeah, so we would like to request that the Honorable Minister Mahua had indicated that each CPSU and each project office of the CPSU should be involved. It is not enough that CPSU at a central level organizes some functions or does it. So at the grassroots level, the project office of the CPU, similarly for autonomous organizations, wherever you have a field office, the field office has to be held responsible and we will like to monitor their activities. So for CPSUs, one common suggestion that had come out is at least 5 to 10 villages should in the command area should be prioritized for cleanliness drives by all CPSUs. Like I said, you have to go beyond the office. You have to touch the ecosystem. You have to touch your command area. So please identify those villages in your command area where you would like to go out and do these activities. Number two, please instruct your project officers and your field formations to coordinate with district administrations in identifying the CTUs which you would like to adopt and then take charge and ensure that they are cleaned. Please remember that whichever CTU you take responsibility for, you will have to give a clearance certificate by 1st October. So your activities will start from maybe 14th or 15th September and you have to clear that CTU by 1st October. and you have to upload that clearance certificate on the IT portal. So this is a very important task. So we hope that you will convey its seriousness down the hierarchy. Similarly, we have said that Swachh Bharat Cultural Fest should be organized. We would request that apart from the cultural fest being organized by the districts and the states and the blocks, the ministries should think of organizing cultural fests at the national level, at the state level, at whatever level you would like to think. So the Swachh Bharat Cultural Fest is not to be seen as an activity of just district administration. Each ministry should see how they would like to celebrate Swachh Bharat cultural festivals. Similarly, please tie up. You have a lot of festivals coming up. This entire month is going to be about festivals. So please see how you can keep festivals as a theme and involve your organizations in celebrating these festivals and conveying the concept of Swachhata. Similarly, we will request you to identify important public infrastructure in your command areas and ensure that they are cleaned. So for example, cleanliness of bus stands, cleanliness of industrial areas. These are areas where we would like you to, beaches, for example, if you might have a beach in your command area. So these are the kind of infrastructure that we would like you to think of. We would also like you to focus on organizing zero waste events. We are talking about Swachhata, so all the events that you organize should be zero waste events. Also, we would like you to promote the use of natural biodegradable materials while doing your events. For example, you might like to use cloth banners instead of using PVC based flex banners. We would ask you to replace plastic wrapped bouquets with maybe potted plants. Beverages, for example, may be served in Indian clay or glass bottles rather than in plastic containers. So please look at how you can promote natural biodegradable materials in the organization of your events. Last part, when you are talking about Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers, please remember we have an army of sanitation workers in our own ministries. So please see that the sanitation workers who are working in our offices, who are working in our line departments, they are taken due note of. All the events that we have talked about, please ensure that all the sanitation workers working in your ministries, please identify those schemes which you would like them to be covered with. Please coordinate with the district administration or the block administration as the case may be, or the ULB as the case may be, and ensure that all your sanitation workers working in your offices are covered with all important state government and central government schemes. We are also preparing a format of a dignity card that we'll be sharing shortly. We will hope that whenever you hold these camps for your own sanitation workers, you will not only give them the benefits of various Government of India and state government schemes, you will also present them with this dignity card so that they can carry that dignity card with them as a sign of their felicitation and as a mark of their respect. So with these few words, I would like to thank all of you who have come here today. And I would now like to request OSD sir, Ashok Kumar Meena sir, to kindly address all of us. After that, we will throw it open for an open discussion.
Thank you very much, Jitendra, and thank you, Rupa, for an exhaustive presentation to all the nodal officers from various departments, ministries, and the organizations. Dear friends, you all know the Honorable Prime Minister is very, very serious about the Swachhata Hi Sewa campaign in the country. Recently, during his address on 15th August and thereafter in our meetings with him, he has highlighted the importance and requested that the government departments must observe Swachhata Hi Sewa in whole of society approach. That means that not only the departments, ministries, our organizations and field formations will observe this campaign in letter and spirit, but also we will involve the other participants from the private sector, from various walks of life in observing this particular campaign. That is number one. Number two, I would request that informing about the actions taken and the transformation which has happened over last 10 years since the start of the Swachh Bharat Mission campaign 10 years back, that needs to be highlighted as much as possible, and therefore use of social media has to be done in an extensive manner, for which definite creatives etc. will also be shared with all of you. You can use the same proper social media handles, hashtags which are being designed, and the creatives which will be shared with you. So that would be the second aspect. And third aspect is that Cabinet Secretary is likely to take a meeting in coming days time. We would expect that all of you who have understood today's details, you can actually brief the concerned department secretaries so that they are prepared while they participate in the Cabinet Secretary's meeting. Last but not the least is we must try to have this kind of environment in the entire country, that the cleanliness is going to become way of life for all government offices, organizations, and the society at large. And therefore, this concept of CTU and the identified black spot being cleaned is very important. Bringing the dignity to the sanitation workers is very important for us, and we not only should do our job appropriately, but should also highlight it through social media teams that are available in various ministries. And I hope that the work which you have been doing in earlier years will be able to repeat better work this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind guidance. Sir, with your permission, we'll now call upon a few nodal officers and departments. Sir, we would like to first take up Ministry of Coal. We are moving alphabetically, so we'll just pick up a few departments at random. We would like to know whether you are clear with the guidelines, whether you've got a copy of the guidelines, and if you have any suggestions or any further thoughts on how to better organize Swachhata Hi Sewa. And you may also share what are the important activities which you would like to be taking up in the days to come. So, Ministry of Coal, do we have anybody from Coal? Okay, I think there's, yeah, do we have anybody from Ministry of Coal? Okay, so we may pick up Ministry of Culture. Anybody from Culture?
You have to please unmute yourself.
Forest, anybody from Forests? Ministry of Environment and Forest? Okay. Ministry of Ayush?
Subodh Kumar, Director Ministry of Ayush. Sir, we are having 12 national institutes, some research councils, 5 or PSUs. We are having a regular meeting with all of them in ASM also and generally also. Okay. We are all the issues regarding Swachhata, in fact. So we'll have regular follow-up with the guidelines. We'll have training also with them. We'll follow up, sir, regularly.
Thank you, Subodh. Thank you.
Do we have anybody
from Culture, sir? I'm Director Ministry of Culture. JS is also there, but not able to communicate, sir. We have understood everything, sir. We'll follow the guidelines as given by you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
So culture has a very important role to play, and you had a lot of contributions in the Swachhata Hi Sewa of 2023. So yes, we will hope that your
Honorable PM was very happy. Honorable PM was very happy with our work, and he in fact tweeted two of the tweets. He personally tweeted. One of them was Minister of Culture, sir. So we will try to repeat it this time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. वो participant list खोलिए ना. Yeah.
We have Defense, Ministry of Defense is here.
Yeah. Defense, Ministry of Defense.
Madam, please unmute.
Sir, I'm Director Establishment speaking from the Department of Military Affairs, Ministry of Defense. I have understood the guidelines, sir. I would request the presentation and the detailed guidelines to be
Rupa, I think we can share. Yeah, we can share the copy of the presentation immediately also and later through WhatsApp or any other means.
Sir, we'll be preparing a WhatsApp group of all the nodal officers. So as and when we have already started creating it. So as and when it is created, sir, we'll be passing all this on that also.
Okay.
But till then, we will send it on mail also.
Yes.
No, sir, one important request to all the ministries. They have communicated the email ID and office telephone numbers of all the joint secretaries. We request you to please immediately communicate the cell numbers so that the SHS 2023 group itself can be updated to SHS 2024. Some have been transferred, some new officers have been designated. Please immediately give your mobile numbers. Sir, all the 60 we have got is with office telephone numbers.
Okay, that's very important for all the officers who are attending today. Please try to give us the mobile numbers so that you will get all the communications through WhatsApp group.
Do we have anybody from food?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is Rajendra Kumar, GS Food.
Good afternoon, Rajendra. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Good to see you, sir.
Yes, sir. So राजेंद्र हमारा तो सेट स्टैंडर्ड है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फूड में if FCI fellows perform, I think you will be able to show good number of
Sir, yes, I assure you, sir, as we did last year also, this year, of course, the activities are identified differently. Swachhata ki bhagidari, like 3 pillars, will definitely come up to that your expectation, sir. We will conduct a meeting, joint meeting within a day or two and decide the activities.
Okay.
Sir.
Do we have anybody from agriculture?
So cantonment board we can see.
Cantonment board, anybody?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Sonam Yangdol. I'm Additional Director General, Defense Estates. We have 61 cantonments. Like last year, we conducted nearly 3,000 activities in 61 locations, in 61 camps, and nearly the participation was more than 3 lakhs. So for this year also, we have already made a proposed activities list we have already prepared, but with now I'll add to whatever I have prepared. Whatever I have prepared is more or less covered by this presentation, but these black spots and all, this I will add, and if I have something else to add, I'll get back to the JS.
Okay, thank you.
Madam, we'll just like to request certain key ministries, we will like you to initiate a concept of Swachhata ranking. So for example, if you would like to rank your cantonment stations on the basis of their classification on Swachhata. Similarly, for railways, we could think of a Swachhata ranking of railway stations. For airports, we could think of a Swachhata ranking of airports. For ports, we could think of a Swachhata ranking. We could think of identifying, for example, MORP may like to rank its bus stands. So I leave it to the wisdom of each department whether they would like to introduce the concept of Swachhata ranking for their various facilities.
Absolutely, sir.
Sir, cantonment boards are already ranked as urban local bodies. So every year they are part of Swachh Sarvekshan, and in fact they are part of the presidential award also. Tourism has also incorporated Swachhata ranking of tourist places. Railways is also doing one ranking of Railways Ministry, sir. So in lines of these 3 ministries who are already in these rankings, others can also do it. Education Ministry has also incorporated it for the schools, but there is potential for other ministries also to adopt.
Yes.
Commerce, anybody from commerce?
Sir, good afternoon. We have received the communication and go through it, and already about this meeting we have circulated to our organizations so that to have a better understanding of it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, skill ministry is there, we can see, so is power.
Anybody from skill?
Kindly unmute.
Namaskar, I'm Vinod Tripathi, I'm JSST.
Yes, Vinod, बताएं.
We are preparing on the line suggested, sir. We will come back.
Yeah. So all your installations, steel plants, etc. also you can get them involved, particularly not only their facilities but also the townships.
Yes, sir. The township and the facility, in fact, they are in combined campus most of the places. So
okay,
we'll include that.
Okay, thank you, Vinod.
The skill ministry is also there. Skill development.
Skill development.
Kindly unmute. Skill development. Ministry of Power also we can see, sir.
Good evening, sir. This is R.S. Negi, Director from Ministry of Power.
Yes. Negi sir, बताएं.
Yes, sir. Likewise, last year, sir, this year also we have we will plan our activities for cleanliness activities and Swachhata Sewa in the premises of the Shakti Bhavan where we are posted and in Nirmal Bhavan also. Last year, we involved all CPSUs. Under there are approximately 21 organizations under Ministry of Power, and this year also we are going to involve them in our Swachhata Sewa campaign, and we will certainly inform our secretary also. Secretaries are also for participation in the meeting, sir.
Okay. नेगी साहब आप अपने CPSUs को तो इन्वॉल्व कर ही लीजिए. उसके अलावा जो पावर जनरल पावर प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं प्राइवेट सेक्टर के, उनको भी अगर एक एडवाइजरी इशू कर देंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा.
ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर. We will ask our CPSUs to accommodate the private players also in their effort.
Okay.
I would also like to request all the departments.
Power ka to Honorable Minister himself will be observing what is the performance of the CPSUs. So they'll really have to take up some good CTUs.
Yeah. Just a suggestion to all the departments. All of you will be working with various kinds of corporates and with various foundations. So please make sure that you involve the corporates and the foundations which are working with you in and encourage them to carry out SHS activities in their spheres also. I would request Ministry of Corporate Affairs also to reach out to corporates and to the various CSR foundations if it's within their remit and if they can look into that aspect also.
In fact, if corporate affairs somebody is present, please try to see if it is possible through your registrar of companies, if we can influence the companies, private companies also to observe, because the entire focus of the Honorable Prime Minister is to observe Swachhata Hi Sewa as a whole of society approach, and as part of the society, all corporates are also forming the part of society. Okay.
Sir, because we are coming to a close, may I please announce 2-3 things pertaining to the IT portal? Sir, first thing,
Rupa, just housekeeping announcement you can just do. Let us ask any one of them want to make a specific comment before we close it. Okay. Any one of you would like to make any comments?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I am Shailendra Singh, Principal Executive Director, Environment from Ministry of Railways. Sir, we are advising all our zonal railways and also our divisions, and we are holding a VC next week, early next week, to apprise them what are the activities to be undertaken in the Swachhata Hi Sewa campaign 2024. And then we are giving them the day-wise activity, and we are also identifying the station and some of the track are in the city areas which need to be cleaned specifically during this period. So, Honorable our Chairman Railway Board, he will be taking a VC with all our PSUs and all our division and the zonal railways, and apprise them the various activity to be undertaken and give them the complete action plan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think the only important thing, one more important thing I would like to highlight is you have lots of sanitation workers working on the stations.
Sir.
If they are also felicitated during the campaign period, that will give a good message.
Sure, sir. We'll do, sir. We do every year, sir. We rank the stations and we also rank our units, and then we give them the shield based on their ranking, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Rupa, then you can just announce the housekeeping issues before we close.
Sir, first point we have already requested and we have put the detail in the chat box. I request every ministry once again, please put the cell numbers of your nodal officers, your joint secretaries and nodal officers immediately to us so that today's proceedings and details and minutes and everything we can send there. Second thing is, last time if you remember for 1 Tarikh, for each ministry we had one login, which created a problem for getting the reports, for closure of events, for viewing activities of different zones and divisions. This time we want to give a provision to you whereby you can see the performance of your own field units. And this is possible only if we create sub-logins within a master. Therefore, for example, Shailendra Singh Saab just said that they'll have it for zones also and divisions also. If that be the case, then how many zonal units logins you need? How many divisional units logins you need? If you give that, then we will give railways a full-fledged architecture by which you can see every single unit performance. OSD sir just mentioned that CPSUs, not just the head office, but even the project officers should do some kind of activity. So if a CPSU wants to see what my A city Vizag project office did or Bhubaneswar project office did, etc., we need to give them separate logins which will show their performance. Therefore, an extremely important activity is by Monday, we will want from each central ministries what is the level of login you need so that on the IT node we will custom curate you so that for every ministry you can see your activity. This is the most important task. JS Gramin just mentioned the devil is in the diligence, in the detailing. So please do this little bit of hard work right now so that later on you can have a wonderful report of all the activities that are happening. That's point 2. Point 3 is, it is very important that each ministry does its own detailing of action plan. We have given you a bouquet of activities. You've done various activities. There could be 2-3 special activities which could be your highlight activities, like Ministry of Culture did last time, like Railways did last time. They were very unique activities. Similarly, we would request that each of the ministry please finalize their action plan by 4th of September with the guidance and advice of your respective secretaries. Also, please brief your union ministers accordingly. Please share this prepared action plan with us. Both the JSS, we have given you our email IDs. Please share it with us so that when 5th or 6th, whenever Cabinet Secretary indicates his convenience, these action plans can be all compiled and your secretaries can also join. Point number 4, DWS just mentioned the thin line of difference between Swachhata Hi Sewa and the special campaign 4.0. Friends, we don't have to wait for special campaign 4.0 to start our office establishment cleaning. Let's start it right away. The revamping of our toilets. Today itself, all the ministries have received a letter from Secretary WCD requesting all of us to create sanitary vending dispensers in the toilets in the government offices. Let us start incorporating all these exercises which is within our limits and start their work right away. And when you post your messages, JS Gramin will agree with me, last time every activity that was done even as a public space was marked as Special Campaign 3.0. As a result, it became very difficult for us here to pick out your good work and highlight it. We would request that all public space cleaning as well as the cleaning that you're doing during this duration, please use the appropriate hashtags which was just given to you in your presentation, and wherever the activities which are very specific to Special Campaign 4.0, you may use Special Campaign 4.0 hashtags. And the last important point is OSD mentioned that this is going to be 10 years of Swachh Bharat. So for us, it is very important to capture the contribution, the impact that has happened on ground. So for that, in one slide, we have indicated to you two aspects. One, at least 100. 100 is a very small number. For example, for railways, if you take the feedback of passengers in 30 seconds reels, you can get numerous reels of what is the prabhav of traveling in a clean train, of seeing a clean platform, etc. So the prabhav of Swachhata by way of people's testimonials, we will create a docket in the SHS portal where all of it can be posted. Also, as JS Gramin mentioned, we want to do a national compilation of the work that each ministry has done that has contributed to Swachh Bharat. Therefore, our special request is please do some quick work and send us all the materials latest by 14th to 15th to enable us do a national compilation on time. These are the few timeline requests which I had made, sir. And rest, we will start off with the IT training calendar starting from 5th, which we will share with the nodal officers.
Okay, thank you. I think, Rupa, thank you very much for covering all the housekeeping related aspects. Just to re-emphasize, I think all of us have been able to do a transformative kind of work in the last 1 decade. Lot of good work has happened, but highlighting it through the articles, social media, print media is also important. So, so that public at large is kept informed, and this becomes a issue of discussion among the society. So that is also one aspect we need to keep it in mind. Please engage the social media as much as possible. With these words, I think we can close the meeting. Jitendra?
Bilkul, sir.
Thank you everyone, and please inform your secretaries that Cabinet Secretary will be holding a meeting on this issue very shortly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.